Hello everybody!
Hi!
Hello and welcome to our third Sunday session. So this is the third time we're doing one of our Facebook Lives, my fourth time as well.
Yes.
So thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to give a couple of minutes. Oh, my phone is saying something weird.
Check it.
Hold on.
Check the phone.
You're live. Oh!
We're live. Yeah, it's
Well,
good. It's not weird.
It's letting me know that we are live. How exciting.
Great.
So we're going to give a few minutes for people to join in.
Yes.
But we're going to talk about today's topic. So today we are talking about why are you not seeing results?
Exactly.
And it's something that really me and Rhiannon both come into contact with pretty much every day.
All the time.
You get a client that will come in either to the gym or in clinic with Rhiannon, and they will say, you know, I've been doing this for this amount of time, or you know, I've been training for
I've been hitting boot camps in the morning.
yeah,
taking
exactly.
shakes.
You know, I've been training for 6 weeks, I've been training for 12 weeks, and you know, nothing seems to be changing.
Yeah.
I've not really changed at all. And so we're going to be helping you guys to maybe discover why those reasons might be. Obviously, without seeing each of you individually, we can't pick apart things too much, but we're going to give some basic guidelines as to what might be hindering you from achieving results.
Exactly.
So, thank you all for tuning in. We're going to get started now. So, the first thing I'm going to say is, you know, as with anything, you start a program or you start a kind of journey towards maybe weight loss or muscle gain or whatever it is that you want to achieve, and you give it, you know, 100%, and you're very motivated, and you have, you know, a period of time where you really want to achieve whatever it is you want to achieve, but you kind of lose motivation slowly, and suddenly you get to a point where you're like, okay, nothing really seems to be changing. I'm not seeing anything happening.
I'm not seeing results. I don't want to go to the gym anymore. I'm not feeling good. You feel miserable.
Yeah, exactly. So the first thing that we sat down and we said, you know, what are the main things that we both see as reasons why people don't see results?
Yeah.
And the first one I think that we both kind of said it straight away was that there wasn't a definite goal. There wasn't something that I feel like, you know, particularly in the gym, you know, are you going, you know, if you're starting on a journey, are you going just to, you know,
Is it to lose weight, or is
it for muscle gain?
Yeah, to feel good, energized?
Is it to just have a healthy relationship? I have a lot of clients that just come to see me because they just enjoy training.
Yeah.
And that's fine. And maybe they will be less of the kind of person that'll tune into this video and want to see results as such, but are they strength-based results? Are they weight loss results? Are they muscle gain
or
results?
are you picking a certain area on your body? Because I know I've been to Alice. I said, Alice, I want to work on my legs or something, and Alice is like, well, you know, you have to look at the body as a whole.
We can't spot reduce fat. That's one of my favourite sayings.
Yes.
So the amount of times that people will come into the gym and they'll say, well, I just want to lose this bit,
Or
and you
these
know,
bits.
or these bits, and they'll point to a bit, and you're like, okay, but you know, let's take a step back. Let's not focus on like the bad parts of your body. Actually, what we want to do is focus on, okay, have you got a good plan in place? Have we got a progressive load? Are we getting stronger week on week?
A realistic goal.
Exactly. And are we challenging the body? You know, are you perhaps being a little bit too soft on yourself? You know, you get that a lot with my clients. There's a lot of people that overtrain and that train really hard, but there's also the other end of the spectrum where you get people that sort of, they stick at the 5 kg and they've been doing that for 7, 8, 12 weeks straight, and it's like,
Or more.
Yeah.
I know that I personally have been to the gym and I've been sticking to the same standard lunges for, I'm embarrassed to say, until I learnt the correct way.
so exactly, we've got a lot to do, lots
We
to learn.
do.
So I think the main thing that we both sort of straight away said was, have a definite goal. What is it that you want to achieve, be it nutritionally
Yes.
or in the gym?
Yeah.
Have something that you know, okay, that is my goal. And for me personally, I always try and encourage my clients to have goals, and if any of my clients are watching, you'll know that this is one of the first things I say to them, is not to have aesthetic goals. Don't go into the gym and be like, oh my God, I want a 6-pack, or I want to have, you know, don't make it something on your body. I want to lose this bit of fat on my belly or this bit of weight on my arms. You know, bring your goals into a gym-based environment. Is there things that challenge you? Can you do a good, you know, barbell squat? Would you like to improve your deadlift? Would you like to have something that, you know, you'd like to work on endurance-wise? So are you working towards a marathon?
You can feel really proud of.
Yeah, or you know, a kind of long-distance event that you need to work on your more muscular endurance rather than strength-based training. whatever it is that you're working towards. And I know that I'm just talking about the gym because that's the environment that I see myself in a lot, but this could be applied to swimming, to Zumba, to whatever, any exercise that you do. As long as you
write it down.
Yeah, as long as
get that goal
exactly
in your mind.
But as long as it's something, I personally feel it though, it's a goal that you can track and you can keep accountable to. So, for example, don't focus on that bit of stubborn body fat. Focus on, okay, this week I'm the next 3 months, for example, I'm going to work on improving my strength in my squat, in my deadlift, in my overhead press, for example. 3 main compound moves and 3 staples of strength-based training. So with all of those moves, you want to see a progressive load week on week. So you want to be getting stronger with them week on week, and to be slowly, but in small increments, be increasing the weight that you're able to load the body with. So have that as your plan. Speak to a personal trainer maybe, or read online and kind of learn about how to do that.
Rather than something that I maybe would have done that's just sticking to the same exercises I felt comfortable with. We need to challenge ourselves.
Exactly. And then rather than going to the gym and being like, I'm going to the gym because I want to lose that stubborn bit of body fat, that's going to be something that is a very short-sighted goal that you're going to quickly lose motivation for. So I think, from my point of view, I would say the first reason why people don't see results, they don't have a definite goal, and they don't have goals that are, more realistic and achievable and within a gym-based environment, and they're more kind of aesthetic and therefore less hard to see results with. So I don't know if you want to say something nutritionally with defining goals.
That's the thing, guys, your nutrition is so important. Now, it could be the nutrition may actually be holding up your goals. So if you're already seeing a PT like Alice, you're working hard and you're increasing the goals and you're challenging yourself, if you're not fueling your workout right or recovering and refueling afterwards to repair those muscles, then you're not going to see the results. I often find people eat too little or they just eat too much. So finding an individual portion for you that works, and also the combination of food. Carbohydrates, they're crucial in terms of fueling a workout. Now, it does depend what type of workout you're doing. So if you're going to a yoga class, a Pilates class, I would actually say that carbohydrates, yes, they're important, but not as important as if you're about to go and lift a really heavy weight and you need that energy. So a top tip I would say is, before a workout, make sure you eat at least 60 minutes before if you're having a meal before, and make sure it's more carbohydrate and protein based. So get those two, get those amino acids, get some good glucose, so that's your natural sugars and your energy to keep you fired, and kind of avoid too much fat. Now, this may be a bit controversial, but if you have a very high fat content before your workout, you're slowing down the release of that glucose. Now, this is good if you're not about to do a weight session, so please do have your portion of olive oil or your avocado, but if you're working out, keep it very minimal. Don't restrict it, keep it small, because you want to utilize that energy for your muscles.
Absolutely.
So that's really important.
So that's actually bringing me on to our next point, which we both wrote down, which was the fact that I think we've all heard this saying, but I'm just going to use it because it's a stereotypical one, but you cannot out-train a bad diet. And the reason why me and Rhiannon are sat here together on this sofa is because bringing both of our expertises together is probably the best way to see results.
100%.
And if you're not having respect for your nutrition and also having that really solid training schedule in place, you're not necessarily going to get the most effective results
because
possible.
You have to remember, a workout is something on top of your normal day. So not only does your nutrition, in my angle, have to be on point to fuel you, to make you feel fabulous, energized, but if you are working out and you want to see the results, you have to account for that difference in your daily activity and what you're putting your body through. It's very, very complex, and you need two different approaches. And unfortunately, often the nutrition is kind of left aside, or the exercise is left aside, and people tend to focus on one or the other. And I understand that, of course, hiring a nutritionist and a PT is probably very expensive.
Yes, and that's not what we're advocating.
No.
But what we are saying is that you just need to have an understanding of both
Good nutrition
in order to get the most effective results. So
Definitely.
having a good, you know, nutritional intake, and also having a really solid consistent training program that you can stick to, that you enjoy, that doesn't feel, you know, you're not going too much of it, you're not going too little.
And learn your body. I think we learn about what your body needs. If you're that person that needs to work out on perhaps an energy drink or something before, think of what you can change that energy drink to. So something else like a banana and a scoop of protein powder rather than that Lucozade Sport.
Yeah, for sure. I think, you know, from a personal point of view as well, the biggest change in my physique came when I actually changed my changed my diet. You know, I was at dance college and I was dancing, you know, for 4 or 5 hours a day, but eating, overcompensating, you know, in my head, and this is a common mistake that I see with a lot of my clients, I was thinking, well, I can eat whatever I want because I'm burning enough calories. And yes, okay, of course my caloric intake should have increased because of the exercise that I was doing, but not so excessively to the point that I was actually then eating.
I mean, I think explaining what a calorie is quite important. So it's just a unit of energy, and one number, guys, is not going to be the same for all of you. So whilst one app may say that you've actually burned 400 calories in a workout, that is never 100% accurate. And the calories you may need to refuel it may not be even from yogurt and fruit. It might be you need the protein calories, or you might need think nutrients, basically, not numbers. That's a really good fact.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
that's
nutrients,
very nice.
not numbers.
That's very nice. I like that. I like that a lot. So nutrients, not numbers. So that's coming. So bringing it back to our second point, you cannot out-train a bad diet. So if you are, you know, training really hard, but you're kind of really losing it with the nutrition, or you're eating really well, but you're not necessarily, you know, able to keep consistent with your training or whatever you're doing.
It's the abs in the kitchen. You know that phrase, you see abs are made in the kitchen? If you're looking at body fat and things, you have to get the nutrition right, and of course the training, but they work together.
Absolutely, absolutely. So that brings me on to my next point, which is, you know, it's all very well focusing on nutrition and fitness, and yes, those two are really, really important things. And, you know, we're not talking about extremes here. We're just talking about keeping active, you know, in whatever way you want, and having, you know, a good 80-20 balance with food and nutrition.
Life is too short to be so goal-orientated to that level where you can't break the plan.
Exactly. But there's one other aspect, I think, of our kind of seeing results that people tend to overlook. It's probably the most commonly overlooked element of any person that comes to see me. I sort of say, you know, one of the main things that I ask a client in our initial session is, you know, what are your stress levels like?
Yes.
What is your sleep pattern like? And they look at me like, why do you care about that? And you know what? It is so important. We both want to see health as a 360 picture. It's not just about one thing or the other. We're looking at your health as a big 360 picture. So what are your cortisol levels like? Are you incredibly stressed? Is that affecting you hormonally? Is your sleep pattern so poor that you're, you know, unable to function, and your cognitive function will decrease?
Because it might be that you're training really well and you've got it perfect, and your diet is perfect, and you're thinking, what on earth is happening? But as Alice said, cortisol level, guys, if your cortisol's high, and they come from your adrenal glands on your kidneys, so that stress pumping around your body, that then goes on to affect your estrogen if you're a female, testosterone if you're male. That can also impact your insulin, and that can cause you to store fat. So your body's going, help me. I'm stressed. I'm going to cling on to everything I can.
It almost goes into sort of panic mode.
Yeah, completely.
So I think that, you know, you might be, like Rhiannon said, you might be doing everything right, and it might be the most incredibly frustrating you know, period to be like, you know, I'm doing everything right, I'm eating really well, I seem to be hitting my workouts, but I'm just not seeing results. Look at the bigger picture, you know. What's your kind of stress levels like? What is your sleep like? Have you got you know, are you taking time out of your week just to relax and have a bit of you time?
Even bloating is something that's not on this topic, but it's something I see every day, and predominantly it's actually stress related in a lot of cases too. So it causes inflammation in your body, guys, and it's going to affect your workout and how you feel. Ultimately, I think how your mental state is as well, and that's why you're not seeing results, because you lose motivation. And you're just run down, and it's more time consuming to get to that workout in the morning than it's probably worth. Sometimes you just need a day off.
It's all very well sort of us sitting here saying about, you know, get more sleep and stress levels and stuff. Because like the thing is, I think, you know, everyone's going to get stressed. Life is stressful. We live our lives at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and it's all very well us sitting here, like I just said, and you know, saying, you know, don't be stressed and don't get loads of sleep. But I understand life happens, but it perhaps for you, if that is you, trying to implement mechanisms to alleviate stress within your week. We're not saying you're going to live a stress-free life. That's not what I'm saying. I understand that you know, stress is going to happen and poor sleep is going to happen if you've got little kids, if you've got a busy job, if you're traveling with work.
But
you know,
be kinder to yourself.
I get it.
Yeah.
But don't just try and find coping mechanisms that really help you to try and reduce those stress levels and increase your quality of sleep, because that will benefit you. So
I mean, nutritionally speaking, from that angle, one thing you can do to be kinder to yourself. Now, I know the first thing sometimes we want to do is reach for sugar or caffeine or something that's going to be a stimulant, but often it's the things you don't crave that your body actually needs to help you relax. So it could be that you actually needed that big chicken dinner instead of those bars of chocolate. It could be something so small. It could be that you needed a hot bath to help your muscles relax and unwind in the evening. And as Alice said, it's hard.
It is hard, but it's about finding mechanisms, I think, to help you, like I said before, you know, get that really 360 picture of health and not just looking at one aspect.
Be aware
or the
of it.
other.
Your future health is just as important as the aesthetic goals that maybe you have short term as well. So you've got to think long term.
Absolutely.
Have a good natter to a friend. That's what
we do that a lot. We do that a lot, and it definitely alleviates stress. See my Snapchat for Snapchat rants.
Oh, we had a good de-stress earlier.
Anyway, so moving on. One of our next topic that we said, why people aren't seeing results, is just consistency. So, you know, we've all been there. We've done something, you know, you've got a holiday coming up, or you've got a wedding, or whatever it is.
You've got that big goal, then it goes.
You do something for maybe 2 or 3 weeks and you're like, why am I not seeing results? I need it now. You know, or you've done something but it's fairly inconsistent. You might go to the gym a couple of times, you might eat a few, you know, good meals interspersed with less optimal ones, and you're sort of wondering why you're not seeing results. I think consistency with whatever you're doing is the most important thing. You know, anecdotally, I trained and ate well for at least, you know, 6 months before I started to see physical changes.
Exactly.
It was just being consistent with it, developing a rhythm, developing, you know, habits. You know,
they should call it like fad. You know, you have fad diets, almost like fad exercise regimes, because I always end up saying to clients that there is no quick fix or magic pill, and if I could touch you all with a magic wand, this is what I say quite a lot, because I genuinely mean I would love to take away or help you achieve that goal now. But like you said, there's no quick fix.
There's no quick fix, and it's sometimes just about sticking with it and having patience with your body. You know, we live in a world where we want everything like this, and you know, you click your fingers, I could delivery now and get a pizza in about 5 minutes.
Yeah. So surround yourself with positive people. Like Alice and I have each other to bounce off of. You guys just find someone in your life that keeps you grounded.
Definitely.
That person.
Definitely. But I think, you know, with whatever it is that your goal is, just have patience with your body to get there. Be consistent with your methods. You know, there's that old saying, and I know it's an old one, and I'm saying a lot of like these phrases today, but you know, one salad isn't going to make you lose weight, whereas one burger isn't going to make you gain weight. You know, it's about consistency, it's about balance, and it's about finding that kind of balance for you that's going to help you to achieve those goals.
Because your mind is so much further ahead than your body. So we think and we use our brain, and all these different biological pathways are happening inside our body, often before we've identified them, and then often after we've thought about them. So it takes time for your body to even register what you want it to do. So we've said, in 6 months' time, I'm going to be here, but yet your body's saying, hang on a minute, might take me a bit longer or maybe a bit less.
Yeah, definitely. So have patience, stick with it, keep consistent with whatever you're doing, and that will definitely be the main thing that I think a lot of people struggle with, is
the long game.
They just do stuff for a very short period of time and they don't see results, so they give up and change to a different method. Stick with it, guys.
So you have to enjoy what you do. I think the real secret there is, if you are making yourself go to a punishing boot camp at 6 a.m. in the morning and it's dark and it's cold and you're not enjoying it, it's not likely. Like if it were me, I probably would not feel motivated at that time in the morning to go every single week. Whereas if I could find maybe twice a week instead of 4 times a week at 4 p.m. a slot, I would go.
Exactly. So I think we've chatted so much.
I think we've done a lot.
We've done a lot. And obviously, if you guys have any questions, please drop them below, because half the time, me and Rhiannon are both very chatty individuals, so we can just spur information. But if there's any questions that we haven't answered, please drop them below. But there's one last thing that I really want to finish up on, and obviously we've talked about reasons why you might not be achieving your goals. I think there is room for those people that are definitely doing everything right and they've got every best intention and they're still not seeing results. They might have been really consistent with their training, really consistent with their diet. They might be sleeping well and have low stress levels. They might be, having a progressive overload with their training.
Ticking every box.
You're ticking every box, and yet you're still not seeing results. So when is the time to then go and see a professional and perhaps consult someone about not seeing results? And that's when I'm going to hand over to Rhiannon and get you as an expert opinion to say, you know what, there are some people who do everything as the book does and they're still not seeing results, and when would you then go and see a professional?
Exactly. If you are that person and you genuinely feel that you have done all the research you can, the problem is it could be coming down to genetics. There could be something underlying that's going on. It could be your metabolism or your thyroid gland. It could also be potentially the strength of your muscles or the condition of them. Perhaps you need more magnesium than someone else, or you need more protein in your diet, more glutamine, more protein synthesis. I'm reeling off complicated phrases. I'm aware you may not all understand, but I actually think that this is when you should maybe have a chat with your trainer, first of all, to check that there's something else you could be doing. But for me, nutritionally, there is so much you could be focusing on, and it might be worth getting a one-off appointment. Do not sign up for a big thing. It could be one small thing, such as a hormonal balance. You could be eating the best diet, but if your digestion's never been good, then you're not absorbing it. So your brain can't use that nutrition. It could be too low in carbs, too high in carbs. Basically, it may not be working for you, even though the book says it should.
Exactly. And from my point of view, I know personal training is expensive and it's a luxury for a lot of people. I don't ever expect my clients to come and see me, 3 times a week.
No.
Sometimes, and one of the best things I love is, if you are that person with your training and you're just not seeing results, just do a one-off session.
It's worth the investment.
Go and see a good personal trainer who can give you, a program that's going to allow you to progressively grow in strength, that's going to be right for your body.
Could even be your posture.
Generic plans are not for everyone. There's no one rule fits all with nutrition. No. It's also the same with exercise. There's absolutely no one exercise that's amazing for all. We all have different mobility, different levels of mobility. We have
a different bone structure. I mean, our gait is very different.
Our bodies are all so individual, and if you are being consistent with your training but you're just not seeing those results, get a one-off PT session. Come and see me. Come and see someone at your gym. Go and see someone at your gym who can just look at how things are. And I have so many people that just come to me for one-off sessions, and they'll email me a couple of weeks later and say, "Thank you so much. Because of what you gave me, I'm now getting stronger with X, Y, and Z. I now know how to do this properly, so I can go ahead." All of these sorts of things. That is sometimes when I would then say, "Okay, go and see a professional." But neither of us are sat here saying you need to spend a fortune. That's not what we're about. But there are some circumstances in which seeing a professional might be beneficial.
It might also be a psychological mindset. So there's also that aspect to consider as well, that you can look at the psychology that can sometimes equally affect the biology in your body. So things like we said, 360 degree, they all work together.
Exactly. Right, we're going to stop talking. We've covered a lot there.
But we want to answer your questions.
We want to answer your questions, so we will be both on our phones answering any of your questions.
And next time.
And our next video, we are so excited to say, is going to be a myth-busting video. Woo! From fitness and nutrition, we are going to be busting all of those myths and throwing some truth bombs left, right, and centre.
We're not going to hold back.
We are not going to hold back.
I can't hold back.
So, please tune into our next video. I will let you know when that is very soon. thank you so much for
Thank
watching
you.
today. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you with us. It's been a pleasure to have Rhiannon with me
Aw,
again, and so
always a
thankful to
pleasure.
her always for
Yeah.
her expertise. If you've got any requests for any other videos, then please let us know. And I think we will leave it there and say, have a very, very happy Sunday.
Yeah.
And
Have a good
stay
week.
happy, stay healthy, have a good week. Lots of love.